morning. Michael with Base Theory Training. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, we're going to learn how to muscle up, one of the most iconic movements in calisthenics, also a great gateway into other advanced movements. So yeah, let's get into it. So it's imperative that you get a great warm-up, okay, because you want to prep your soft tissues, your tendons, and your ligaments, especially on an explosive movement like a muscle up, okay? The cool thing is, this is where I learned how to do my first muscle up, so it's always good to come back home. My warm-up always includes just trying to get my mind right, get my breathing in sync with my movements. Again, I really don't have it in this portion of the workout. I just go by how I feel and what my body needs. And I can feel that I'm tight within my shoulders and my wrists, and I'm gonna be using a lot of shoulder and wrist in this movement, right? So one, I like to do ring the towel. So thumbs up here, okay, you're gonna drop down here and twist. And then I like to add just a little bit of body English to it, just like so. Get my breathing in sync in through my nose, and get my focus ready here. Really important that you get your joints primed. One of the movements that I like to do is I like to have my fingertips facing back, and then I just walk them out up on the fingertips and then down on the butt of my hand, and then I'll lock them out too and come back. I sink back into my hips and hold and come out of it, and then I switch. So now I go onto the tops of my hands like so, and then I rotate forward the crook of my elbow, hold for a count, and then come out. You can hold this for as long as you need. Again, pay attention to your body. Go with what feels well and lean into where you feel tight and restricted. Okay, in my next movement, I come out wide here and I look under and I rotate my arm, internally rotate, and I look up, I come around, I look up underneath my arm and internally rotate the other arm. It's extremely important that you use chalk when training the muscle up, right? This is going to help you maintain a better grip. You can buy it anywhere. You can go online, you can buy it at Dick's. It's very easy to use. Just allow it to dry. And then when you go up onto the bar, you want to make sure that your grip, you're coming over, that you have an overhand grip, right? And that's going to help with muscle activation, and that's also going to help to elicit that power that we're looking for. So it's here. You can come under with the thumb, or you can go false grip. Like there's two types of false grips. So you can come over with the thumb. This is how I train. Make sure you have that overhand grip here. You don't want to be underneath the bar because you have no power here, and you lose a lot of your contraction versus here. And this is where you want to be. You can also be here with your thumb as well, whatever you prefer. Yeah, so there's two parts of a muscle up. There's the pull phase and then the push phase. So we're going to be focusing on both of those. When training a muscle up, obviously you want to have a strong pull-up game. The number is based on, it's subjective, right? But the rule of thumb is 10 plus reps for, I would say, 2 to 3 sets, right? So you want to make sure that you have a strong pull game prior to going into the muscle up. Okay, so when you come into the muscle up, you want to work on that pop and that power. I don't teach it with a kip, and in the beginning, you're going to use a kip, and that's okay, but you want to try to stay away from the kip as much as possible, unless you're doing an explosive muscle up, and that's a whole nother skill set. Okay, so this is what a muscle up should look like. You want to start from a dead hang. Make sure you have a strong grip here, and then you want to pull up as fast as you can, and then lower back down. Okay, so this is one of the bread and butter movements for the muscle up. It's the explosive pull-up, right? And the goal is to pull yourself from a dead hang and try to get your chest as high as you can in relationship to the bar, right? So you want to make sure that your grip is tight, and you want to do minimal amount of these, right? Because there's only so much gas in the tank. So you want to go low rep and higher set, because these are very demanding. But again, it's one of the bread and butter movements for the muscle up. Just like so, guys. On this, you want to not kip, right? You want to use that explosive power and that force to drive you up. You want to train how you want to perform. And the kip is okay in the beginning, but eventually you want to have no kip. So in the beginning of learning a movement, begin to train how you want to perform. Okay guys, so for the second phase of the muscle up is the dip. So once you come out of your strong pull, then you're gonna go into the dip, right? And this is where a lot of people struggle. So what you wanna do is you wanna bridge the gap. You wanna work on the eccentric portion of this movement. You wanna lock out set position, okay? You wanna bring your feet forward and slowly bend at the elbows, about 3 to 5 seconds, just like so, and then release. By working the eccentric, that allows us to work on our form, because when we're working on the concentric, the push away, we don't necessarily have the proper mechanics, and working on the eccentric helps to set the proper positioning. Also, it allows us to generate more force. It gets our tendons, our ligaments, our soft tissues stronger, and depending on how we train, also adds for muscle building as well. So again, this is what it's gonna look like. Set position, control it on the way down. And then release there. When practicing your straight bar dips, okay, you want to lean forward into it and bring your feet forward a bit. Elbows in tight, try to keep them vertical. Try to go to your sternum and then push away, lock out. Inhale down, exhale. Really take your time with this. That wraps up this session this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Learning how to do the iconic muscle up, like I said, is a gateway into other great movements. Again, calisthenics is a practice. It's a heritage. It's a history, just like Chuck Taylor's shoes, a 61 Bonneville. Again, guys, if you have any questions, please reach out. If you like this content, please subscribe and like. Until then, have a great week.